I was going to get out of this area because I'm desperate to go get lunch, but I needed to read this to you. Eating tolerations for lunch, we're in chapter 9. Eating tolerations for lunch and dinner, you just need to stop. The very first, best, most important customer that you have today is always going to be your employees. So, mediocrity for me, it has no place in business, period. Your business nor mine, it has none. And mediocrity for me is like for small thinkers. And I have a feeling if you're here and if you've gotten to like today, that you're not a small thinker. And this is part 4 of 5. So, if you haven't seen the other 3, go look for those now. Now, I'm not going to accept small. I'm not going to accept small thinking, even though we've been a small company. Like not now, but like back then, a small company. But the truth of the matter is that I was thinking to myself about how many times I made decisions. I'm looking for a part in this book that I really want to read to you. Like, so I remember hearing that the customer was always right, and in my very first 7-figure business, I was like, is the customer always right? I don't really know if that's true. But I behaved and moved like it was because in my early days in business, I thought it was. But that's a complete lie. It's trash. The customer is not always right. The customer is not always right. You know who's always right? Not the customer. So I had this experience. There was a team member that I had. He's an employee. And this is we're in chapter 7 now. And I will never forget, I'll call him E for this. He has this territory. It's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And he's got to go, and part of their job responsibility was to go and touch our customers in person, say hi, just stop in on their way home, like 2 or 3 of them. So he stops into one of these companies, and this company, I don't know what size level, but let's say they did about 10 or 12, 20 million. A couple of employees there, and we can walk in this direction. And he, so he goes inside. He says to the front desk lady, "Hey, I'm here to say, let's say Victor. Hey, I'm here to see Victor, blah, 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 blah." And she's like, "Oh, do you have an appointment?" And he's like, "No, I don't have an appointment." And she's like, "Oh, well, I don't know if Victor's going to see you." Okay. Long story short is before we know it, he leaves the car. He's like, "Hey, just tell Victor I'm just saying hi, see if he needs anything, blah, blah, blah." We actually can't sell them anything else. So we're just there providing goodwill, you know? We're just there providing goodwill. So he goes home. He gets an email from Victor, and the email is literally. I'm gonna read you the email because I never forget this. Actually, E sends an email to Victor. Says, "Hi, I stopped by today just to say hello. I know you're busy, but I just want you to know that I'm here. If you need anything, just let us know if there's anything we can do to help you." It's a Friday, so he goes, "Have a great weekend." Signs his name. For me, this was a nice gesture on the sales rep's, part. He could have just left his card, but he decided to follow up with an email. Now, shocked, he forwarded me the response he got with this, "What did I do wrong?" Question mark. The note reads, "If I wanted you to stop by, I would have asked. I don't think I did. Furthermore, when we are ready to renew our contract in a few years, we will be going out to get other quotes." I remember reading this thing and feeling hot. What? I was like, what? Like I was about to drag someone in the streets. You get it? Like the simple little no almost brought the Miami out of me. You get it? Taking off my earrings. Here I am, the CEO of a company. We got 15 employees. We're white collar. And I'm literally about to take off my earrings, go grab some Vaseline, and go drag someone in the streets. It was horrific. This guy has the audacity to write this. I stared at the screen, literally dumbfounded. Yes, we needed revenue for this customer. To give you context, the sale for this was probably worth, I don't know, maybe 100,000, maybe 150,000, somewhere in there. And I stared, I was lost, and I wanted the revenue, but I decided to respond myself. Here's my response, and I'm going to wrap it up with this. "Dear Victor, I am disappointed that you made a choice to respond to blank in such a poor manner. He is one of our highest rated account managers, and all customers think highly of him because his key to attention and details and his passion for our customers. From one manager to the next, that response you gave to him was unacceptable. The man was just doing his job and fulfilling his commitment to his customers. How many of your other vendors stop by just to check in and don't ask you for anything in return, are not asking you to spend no more money, and are not looking for a sale? If you are not interested and committed to a partner providing you superior service, then please let me know. Then I can make room in his portfolio for someone else who is better and who is." Now, this is this version of this book. There's another version of this book called the Unabridged. And in the audio version, which is a totally different version of this book, it's twice as long. I basically tell you in the multiple letter words what it is that I said to him, because I was like, this is not going to work. When we published this, I had to be a little filtered in how many curse words I could use properly, because, I just had to be, but we didn't have to do that in the unabridged. I got to tell you exactly what happened, because it was my first lesson of going, no, I'm going to stand in front of the business community and tell you I disagree. The customer is not always right. I will never always put it in their hand. And the first customer is the team member, and that's it. So I don't know where this lands for you, but I'll tell you what, me making a decision to double down on team and make team non-negotiable for me, that's when it started. And that's like 15 years ago, maybe 14 years ago to today. It is the greatest decision I've ever made, and it is what has served me so, so well. It is the backbone of how we build a company culture, a brand like Do the Damn Thing, or more importantly, a movement that has gone now around the world, simply by me making a decision to not think small. So I don't know where this lands for you. I'd love to know, like, if you have a team member, scenario, situation, if you've ever been in somewhere like this where you're about to drag a customer out into the street because of the foolishness, I want to hear the story. Like, let me know. But more importantly, if you're coming to the tour and I get to see you in person, or you're coming to the virtual tour and I get to see you from your home, then I absolutely want to know. All right, I got to get out of here for the daily tea. I got to go get this coffee.